You've arrived at your destination.
Let's open the duty list also. Abhimanyu, can you open the duty when we call the participants so they take their own time? They mute themselves and they check and then they give a count. So to avoid all that time, we have told them already.
So we'll start with our slot picking call. According to the timestamp when we receive the registrations. So we'll be calling out the names in that particular order, and then all of you have to select one alphabet. And when you select the alphabet, I'll flip that alphabet, and whatever slot number comes in, then that would be your slot for the national debate. That is slot 3.
Yatin. That makes sense. Just one more question. If the virtual background isn't possible due to some technical reasons, is that fine, or is it a compulsion?
If the virtual background that we provide is not working, then we'll just suggest you to have a very, very plain background, so that it looks chaos-free.
And that is another facet of Rotary that we always encourage. We encourage people-to-people contact, although it may be only virtual these days. Questions struck back to me that we are in America, we are in South Africa, we are in Botswana, Mozambique, Italy. How are the time zones going to be adapted? I think you people have done a brilliant job. As in other spheres, people will eventually like you to organize something like this every year.
The college preliminary round for the National International Rotary Rotaract Debate 2020.
Important thing to remember is that it is the essence of the communion rituals that has been altered.
These rituals are severely impacted. Have you observed whether such impact happened in the previous pandemic 100 years ago?
And I vehemently oppose the motion here. The reason being, I want to bring upon a perspective which was brought earlier from a question: who is the one who decides how these practices are being performed?
It dictates the decisions we make in our daily life. It dictates what we wear, what we eat, etc., etc. So it's a very entrenched and intrinsic part of our daily life.
Meant to physically and spiritually blur caste, class, and gender differences.
Amidst COVID, we have examples of communion rituals like citizens lighting diyas and banging thalis within the confines of their
And we'll be moving towards the national round, and we'll be waiting for you guys.
We have reached to this day of national finals.
I must congratulate all of you for this wonderful effort.
When we say that something is overrated, we imply that we're making something seem bigger than it was actually is. And finally, according to conventional military terminology, a military threat refers to an instance where you have an aggressor and a party that is feeling threatened.
You do have them. You simply can't deploy them on, say, the front lines of any battle, simply because there's always a chance that they will affect your own forces.
Financial markets or any kind of agricultural produce threat which is being threatened by a terrorist group or another country, how are we going to perceive it? Are we morally sound? Here, bioweapons are artificially manufactured pathogens that are used to harm the enemy. To best prove that they are indeed overhyped, I will be answering 3 questions to the course of my speech.
And of course, help in nation building. So it's superb to be here. I personally think that it's a great time to be an Indian, because when you are in your early 20s today, you look at India in a very different way from the way it was when I was in my early 20s. Lots of things have changed. India has arrived on the world stage.
Great, wonderful debate that you wrote in 11 Rotary districts in India and about 8 national colleges of fame.
I was especially touched by how much pain people took to make sure that everything went as smoothly as possible.
Okay, and the winners of the competition are Jesus and Mary College. Congratulations.
It was very different from the usual convention.
An extremely exciting experience, and the team at Rotary has helped facilitate the process and make it the best.
So we'll see a global representation there, and all the best to all the 3 teams who will be representing India now in the international round.